actually. Good afternoon, guys. I just bumped my knee on the corner of a drawer. Ooh, that really hurt. How are you? I hope you're ready for a live today. Today is Surface Saturday, and I have a t-shirt that I'm going to work with today. I've got the camera flipped. However, I'm scared to turn the t-shirt around so that you can see it the right way. Like, you can see it the right way, but not the right way. And it makes me nervous to do that. I'll try it. I'll try it. We're gonna go with it. I can do this. All right, rotating the t-shirt. If this turns out wonky, it's all your fault. Just kidding. I am just kidding. However, it does, it's hard to, it's fine. It's gonna be fine. So, gonna work with a t-shirt today, and I'm gonna wait just a couple minutes because I'm on the ball more than usual. You guys are used to popping in anytime you want, and I'm usually running late anyway, and it's not a big deal, but we're gonna be on time today. I'm on time, so I'm gonna give you a minute to catch up with me. Surface Saturday. So I like to work with just a few things. I'm going to be honest, I love chalkboards because they're so easily erased and fixed if you have a problem. And I love t-shirts, although t-shirts definitely do not fall into the category of you can fix it if you make a mistake. I still love the result, and I love that it's different from what I've done in the past with heat transfer vinyl. With heat transfer vinyl, it can be a little nitpicky, and if you wash it a certain number of times, it will come off sometimes. If you didn't heat it down enough, it'll come off sometimes, but that doesn't happen with Chalkable ink or Chalkology ink and a transfer. So I'm excited to share this with you. One of my favorite things to do, and I'm going to use this month's Chalk Couture. So, sorry, you guys. Let me back up. Let me tell you how my day started. So I was trying to get myself and get my husband going this morning, and he has a tub habit, so he was in the tub, and I'm like, honey, come on, you gotta get out of the tub. And so we finally got ourselves together and went to do some laundry. So I'm working on the laundry, and I'm pulling dog hair, which happens when you have a dog, out of the little filter that's in the washer, and it was bad. So I thought, honey, you need to check this filter inside to make sure it's not built up too. So he checks that filter inside, and I put some more laundry in, and I go to start the machine, and it pops up with this code, and I'm thinking there's something wrong with my washer after he's had it apart to clean the filter. No, nothing wrong with the washer. I had not shut the door all the way. It is one of those days. So I'm going to take a breath. Everything's fine. This is going to be a great project, and I just need to stop and breathe a minute. Because it's fine, it's all fine. And when you join me, make sure I see a little eyeball up there. Make sure that you let me know you're here. Give me a thumbs up so that I see who you are. Or just say hi. There is nothing worse than feeling like you're talking to yourself. So I love when I can see that someone is on here with me. I'm gonna reach over here on my monitor, mute myself, and pull that up. You guys, I still try to use the onboard mouse pad on my laptop, even though I bought this little baby mouse and it's adorable and it makes life so much easier. Guys, I still try. I have to mute and unmute and get it going on here. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, let's get started. So I've got this old t-shirt and I figure I'm just gonna bring it back to life, give it a little new lease on life. So I have loaded it up with a sticky mat on the inside. Now Chalk Couture sells a sticky mat specifically for inking, but I don't have one. I keep forgetting every time I order that that's something that I really would like to have. So what I'm using inside is a cutting mat for my paper craft cutting machine, and this is what it looks like. So I've got one of these tucked inside of my shirt, and now that y'all are with me, I'm going to grab up another tool. It's my brayer, and I'm going to use my brayer just to make sure that this shirt is even more firmly attached to that mat. And the reason we do that is because you don't want that transfer and that shirt shifting around while you're trying to ink. That will cause your ink to bleed under your transfer and you won't be happy. So there's that shirt stuck as well as I possibly can to my mat. August Club Couture. May the road rise up to meet you. I had a couple of options today. I have one that says like a boss. I also have, what was the other one? I thought about doing the Let's Get Lost. So many things that I could have put on a t-shirt, and I thought, nope, this is current. This is what is out for Club Couture this month. So I'm going to just use it. And I'm actually next week going to do a couple more things with this transfer. Just so you can see that when you join Club Couture, you're not just getting a one and done transfer. If you put your mind to it, you can really get your mileage out of it. I know it's got a big bump. I know. This transfer, I've already used once. It's really retained its stickiness super, super well. Trying to kind of find the center. I might even have to flip this around once and look at it and then flip it back so you guys can see. It's really hard to see that when it's upside down. Spin it, spin it, spin it, spin it. Give it a look. My back of my shirt's kind of bunched up under there, and that's making me a little crazy. And I feel like this is a little lopsided. If you noticed, I didn't actually fuzz that transfer. It's because you do want it as sticky as possible when you go to use it. So having to pull this up and move it around is probably not the best thing that could happen, as far as just making sure that it's still adhered really good. And like there's some bumps in my t-shirt, so I need to make sure those get rolled out. You don't want to be putting ink over a bump. Just like you wouldn't with Chalkology paste want to be chalking over a big piece of hair or lint. Okay. Try this one more time. So if you think about the ways we can use our transfers, there are so many surfaces that you can use your transfer on. You can use paste and just about any non-porous surface. You can use glass, chalkboard, wood, metal, just so many different things that you could do. But then you also have the added option of using Chalkology ink. So what I'm using today is not our Chalkology paste. This is ink. It has a different texture to it. It has a different drying time, and it is perfect for working on cloth and heat setting with an iron. It just works out really well, and it stays. It doesn't go anywhere. As long as it is heat set, it will not go anywhere. I have a couple of t-shirts that I wear pretty regularly and wash, machine wash and dry every time, and they're still doing great. So I really like this product, especially for clothing and hats and jackets. I've seen people do it on denim jackets. I've seen them do it on denim jeans. Take an old pair of jeans and make them look fabulous 60s or 80s, with sunflowers and, all kinds of fun stuff on it. You can do so much with this product. Super fun. So here is my plan currently. Here's what I'm thinking. I feel like the words probably need to be in black. And then I have, what's this called? Current Jam. Current Jam is going to go on these little leafy looking things around. And then I thought, just for fun, you know what? So here's my question. Here's what I'm wondering. Should I just stick with the Current Jam and the black? So do the center black, and then there's these little dots in between the leaves, and I thought maybe I should try to get a different color in there just for fun. And I thought maybe blue, but now I'm thinking maybe I should just stick with black, just stick with those two colors, because these are not, they're kind of different. So I think I'm gonna set that one aside and just use these two colors. So again, because I've peeled this transfer up and down a couple of times, trying to get it where I want it, I'm gonna go ahead and use my brayer on it too. I wouldn't normally do that. I see a fuzzy under here in the area of the screen, so I want to take care of that. I wouldn't normally I lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was talking about. Anyway, I think we're good now. I wouldn't normally, I know what it was. I wouldn't normally go ahead and run the brayer over top of this again. Usually once the shirt's stuck down really well to the mat inside, you're probably good. But I just am feeling, since I've peeled it up and it's gotten a little bit of lint on it, I'm just feeling extra cautious. So there we go. It's nice and stuck, and I think I'm ready to go. The Chalkology ink usually stays pretty wet. I am gonna give it a stir, but it just has a much different texture than the paste. It really looks like what you would use for silk screening, which makes a lot of sense, since that's a lot like what our transfers are. They're silk screened. The portion where your paste or your ink is going is a silk screen. And then this just is a very light texture, very smooth texture. It doesn't need any help. It doesn't really need to be stirred. Me stirring it is just out of habit more than anything else, because it's really quite ready to go. So that black is ready. Let's take a look inside this one just to be sure. The other thing I thought about doing today was a hat. I've got some awesome little minis that are kind of cheeky. They're really cute. And I thought that would be fun to do one of those on a hat. We'll have to do that sometime soon. That sounds like fun. Still in really good shape. I kind of recommend not doing what I'm doing right now, and that is stirring this right over top of my project. Probably not the best idea, because you never know when you might get a little wild and have a little extra spritz come up out of that jar. Okay. Okay, black. Now, ink does not dry as fast as the regular paste does, so I'm not going to be in a terrible hurry. However, I am going to use my larger squeegee for this middle part. You guys, I told you I was going to flip this around so you could see it better. And I got it all situated and then forgot to turn it again. Hang on. We'll get there. So once I get my ink where I want it, then I'm going to peel up my transfer, and then the next step will be to hand dry this as much as possible. And then I will heat set it with my heat press. Are you ready? This is gonna go pretty quickly, the middle anyway. The fact that I'm kind of wanting to nitpick and maybe do some extra color in this border, that's what's probably gonna take the most time. So I hope your weekend's going really well. I'm glad to see some sun at this point. We've had a couple of days with some pretty heavy showers, and so it's nice to have a little break from that. I'm trying to kind of stick with going one direction with my ink. That is one tip that they give you for working with the ink and helping to prevent prevent it from bleeding. I also tend to use just a slightly lighter hand than I do with the paste, and that's just to also discourage my transfer from moving around. Oh, I forgot. I don't know why I left out that part. Don't know what I was thinking. It's like my brain is just not quite functioning today. Got a little on me. Grab a wipe. Okay. So that part is done for now. I feel like I'm gonna do the leaves and then come back and catch the black spots. Okay. Some mini squeegee. You guys, I don't know if I can manage this. We'll see. We'll try. I saw somebody do this, but they were doing, oops, see? I have already got one of those dots partially filled in. They were using a chalkboard, and I have a feeling they probably cheated just a little bit, because these are awfully close together. I'm going to try my best to do 2 colors on this border. It's kind of tricky, y'all. You're being so careful to try to avoid the other spot that you have to be careful that you don't leave part out. Basically underdo it. Okay. See, I told you this would be the longest part. But I definitely feel like this would be easier. This is easier with ink than paste, because the paste dries faster. Feeling a little tense. feeling a little tense, trying to not mess this up. I picked up a little bit of black. I don't want to dip back in with that black. Contaminate my color. Oh, I just boogered it good. Look, y'all. It's gonna be 2 colors. I just can't. I can't. That whole border is just gonna have to be current. Too nitpicky for me. Somebody else should try it for sure. But wow, the upside, I guess I said that, you know, working with chalk and trying to do that would be harder, but I don't know, like if you were working on a chalkboard, you could do a peel away, you know, and do part of it and peel it up and then just replace your transfer. I can't do that with this. There would be no way that I would ever get this placed back on in the same place, you know, to line it up and go back and get those dots with a different color. Whereas if I was doing this on a chalkboard, I could. Okay. Goodness. Well, A for effort. It's just not happening. Not happening at all. Hey, Heather. Heather, I was trying to do 3 colors and color the dots on this shirt a different color. Not today. Just too nitpicky for me. And y'all, I used my brayer to make sure that this transfer was in place really well, and I may not have really needed to do that because it is taking a little more effort than I thought it would take to peel the transfer up. Getting a lot of that shirt lint going on. And having to stretch. That cotton is stretching as I'm pulling it up. Which is not ideal. Okay, almost there. And whew, we made it. Made it. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside for a minute. Now that I've got that transfer off, I'm going to pull my sticky board out of the center because now I'm going to start heating and I don't want that sticky board in there with that heat. Pretty cute. Flip it back around. Okay, gonna use my embossing tool to heat it. Sorry, you'll have to listen to a little bit of noise. Hey, Kayla. Yeah, very sticky, a lot more sticky than I was expecting, but I braid it twice. Like I braid the shirt to the sticky mat, and then I braid the transfer, and I don't know why. Well, the reason I thought I might need to do that was because I'd pulled up my transfer a couple of times to reposition it, and I thought, well, it's picked up some lint, and maybe I just need to be extra sure that it's stuck. So I did my brayer on top of the transfer, and I didn't really need to do that, apparently. Give that a little bit of a check. Yeah, this is just an old shirt that I had in my closet, Kayla. It just needed a little something to make it fun again. It never really had any, it was never really anything special, just a plain old t-shirt. And I thought, that is what we're doing today. We are making that blah plain t-shirt into something with a little bit of character. And why not? Okie dokie. Okay, I need to turn on my heat press. My next step is this is a piece of cardstock. This is going to go underneath, and hang on just a second, I'm going to close my door. Hearing conversation out in the hallway. Okay, so this is just a regular piece of cardstock, and it's gonna go inside so that as I press the shirt and that ink is pressed into the fibers a little bit more by the heat, it doesn't go through to the back. And if I look at the inside of this, the black is what has already gone through the shirt just a little bit. So it is a good idea to have something inside of that layer to protect it. Okay, press pad underneath the shirt to protect the table. I tend to overpress just a little bit. I don't think it's completely necessary to press as long as I will press, but I just will probably do a couple minutes on each side. Cherie, no, it's not going to wash off because I'm going to heat set it with a heat press, or it could be done with just a regular iron. And so once it's heat set, it's good to go. It can go through the wash just fine. In fact, I'm pretty sure most of mine go through the dryer as well, because I'm not always good at catching things like that before they move on to the next level. Now I'm going to grab butcher paper, and I thought I had a piece, but apparently that was the cardstock. Need a piece of butcher paper. Or I've got this iron mat. I think I might just use it. We'll give this a try. Okay, 350 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and let it set for 30 seconds. I probably did not get this as dry with the embossing tool as I should have. I'm just guessing. I didn't feel like I spent enough time with that, but it's okay. It'll probably, if a little bit gets on this mat, it'll be fine. Okay, I'm gonna pick it up and check it, kind of cool the shirt just a little bit. You'll notice this shirt has some discoloring from the heat. That is normal for these shirts. That goes away once it cools off. Set that there. Just gonna shake this a little bit, cool it down. Check out the back of this. Nope, I had no ink coming up on that. I'm going to do this one more time, and then I'm going to flip the shirt inside out and hit it from the back. And then it should be good to go. Pretty quick and simple. Yeah, Cherie, I was saying at the very beginning of this video that I've done a lot of heat transfer vinyl over the last few years, and I really prefer this to heat transfer vinyl. I feel like it's a lot more of a foolproof way to go about it. Now, like heat transfer vinyl, you can customize a little bit more. You know, with this, you're using whatever transfers you have. But I mean, you have lots of options as far as transfers as well. So it's really up to you. Shake that and cool it off a little bit. That color's gonna come back to normal after a while. This was Current Jam is the one that's kind of reddish, and then just black were the colors that I used. So got that cardstock pulled out from between. I think I am going to stick it back in, even though I'm pretty sure I won't need to. Feel like it's probably a good idea just in case. You can see where that ink, that black ink, came through a little bit. My hand might have been a little bit heavy during application, or just had a little, you know, a little more ink laid down in that area. Okay. I probably also don't need this scorch pad. It is on the inside, and I'm really not using my heat for that long, but it makes me feel better. When I'm doing heat transfer vinyl, this mat really helps spread out that heat, and it helps that application. This is different, so I probably don't really need it, but it also offers a little bit of protection from scorching, so we'll go with it. this off, give it a little shake, cool it down a little bit. Ooh, that's hot. Don't do that. Don't put your hands on it. It's hot. You know what's funny is that has gone, all that heat spot is all the way through to the back of the shirt. It's fine though, it won't hurt anything. It'll go away. Last time, last 30 seconds. Making some music. 10 seconds. Making my camera wiggle, sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what we got. Shut this off, don't need that anymore. Pulling out the cardstock. Kind of shake this and cool it off a little bit. I've seen people who do heat transfer vinyl and other stuff like that with the big press, and I have another press. It's just too hard to adjust the camera and go from, you know, working here and then flipping around and having the camera show the other press that I have. Also, I use the other press as a place to set my laptop so that I can see what else is going on. Make sure that I'm staying in the frame. Yeah, well, Kayla, did you ever really do much with the vinyl? I mean, and when you're working with heat transfer vinyl, you're like picking out all the extra stuff from what you've cut, and there's just so much more to it, and it can be quick, but then it can take some time too. Okay, you ready? There it is. Dun, 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 dun. Let me hold it the right way. Get it in the frames so you guys can see it. Very cute. That is August's Chalk Couture, Club Couture transfer. Let's see if I can fold this up. And that turned out really cute. I like it. So if you were thinking, hey, I would love to have a little envelope of happiness every month and something crafty to do, something new, something trendy, something super cute, just like this, you would probably love signing up for Club Couture. You pay $19.99 a month, and if you were signing up in August, your subscription would not start until September. So you sign up in August, you don't pay until September when that first kit comes to you. So when Club Couture comes to you, you get the transfer and you get 3 pastes, and so not ink, but paste to do a project with. So that gets you started. And you also have an option of picking up a Kickstart kit, which includes a couple of different surfaces, chalkboard surfaces for you to use in your projects. It includes a multi-tool, which is this little sticky thing. This stick is great for stirring paste. This end is great for little details. This is what I was going to use to get my dots a different color, but I gave up on that pretty quickly. And I think there's a board eraser in it. There's several tools in that Kickstart kit. That's extra. You do pay for that up front, and then that comes to you ahead of your... Oh, it also has a white paste, which is awesome, because then not only do you have your 3 paste singles that come with the kit, you've got this white paste that you can do some other stuff with in the meantime. You have a chance to kind of practice before your first kit even comes to you, so that's exciting. Club Couture. So $19.99 a month. You get a B size transfer, this size transfer every month that's new and ready for you to play with. So if you have any questions about Club Couture, let me know. If you want me to steer you in the right direction for that, just type club in the comments and I'll take care of that. Get you hooked up with, get you in the club. Get you part of the club. All right, that is all I have for today. Today is Surface Saturday and our Surface Was t-shirt. I have something coming up very soon that's different. I found some little chalk surface. They're not wood, there's something else, and I think I'm going to try and do a little banner with them, and that'll be really cool. So that'll be our next Surface Saturday. Sometime, I think, maybe in the near future. So I hope you guys have the rest of the weekend. I'm telling you, this has been one of those days. I can't even, my words are just not even coming out right. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend and a great Saturday. Get out and enjoy the sunshine if the sun's shining where you are. And I will see you back Monday. Bye, guys.